practice. If you do have a belt or something that's the equivalent of a belt, a towel or a blanket that's quite long, or a scarf, dressing gown belt, you might find it useful. It's not necessary because we can use our hands and connect them with our leg. We're going to do hand to big toe, Padangushtasana pose today, so we'll need this belt or something equivalent. Let's come on to our yoga mats. Have your legs crossed. And let's have the left leg closest to you. So if you've got your legs crossed, let's have the left leg closest to you. We're going to be starting our new series today, the Changing Seasons series. And it's connected to, so we've been working with our doshas for the last few weeks. So this is building on the dosha practice. And when we were talking about how our constitution changes and is subject to the environment, when the seasons change, or they have an impact on our natural flow and harmonious state. So we're in summer. So summer is the season of Pitta, hot, fiery, warming, energizing, high energy, activating season. So this was happening outside. So in our bodies, that external environment is going to have an internal effect. Our body will naturally try and harmonize with the environment. However, if we meet the environment in a very hot and heated state ourselves, and the environment is hot and energizing, then we have the potential to become overheated, over-energetic, and have an excess of fire, of pitta. So for the summer season, we tend to have a practice that is much more cooling and more calming. We have a practice that's connected to the energy of the moon rather than the energy of the sun, because we're having enough of that we're surrounded by the sun during the summer. So in the summer season, we connect with the cooler, darker, more calming, more nurturing energy of the moon, the element of water, the element of earth. Opposite helps to balance. So the opposite internally will help us to balance the external environment. And in this way, our body flow of seasons, rather than in becoming excessive with the season. So we want to try and create balance. So the number of daylight hours, the natural abundance of food that is abundant in that season, that's what we're going to enjoy, and whatever the weather's happening. So we think about our environment, what we're intaking, and that will influence how we are in ourselves. So this is, again, bringing in the science of Ayurveda, the science of life, to bring about inner body balance. So our practice today will be influenced very strongly by moon salutations. Let's start. Ground down through your sits bone, lengthen through your spine. And let's bring our palms into our Pitta pacifying mudra. So take your thumb and place it in the web between your ring and little finger. The thumb indicates the fire element, and the little finger is the water element, and the ring finger is the earth element. So here we're bringing the heat literally between earth and water to cool it. Hands on top of your knees. Soften through your fingers once you have your thumb in between the ring and little finger. You may close your eye or take it down gaze. Begin to turn inward, so turning into the inner darkness, that cooling place within, by closing our eyes, literally drawing the blinds down on the sun. Let's take 3 full breaths here in your natural rhythm before we introduce our pranayama for this practice. Notice the temperature of the breath as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Notice the color of the breath. So add color to your breath. Notice what color comes to mind as you inhale and what color comes to mind as you exhale. Observe if these colors have a temperature associated with them. Notice where the breath feels soft and silky, or does it feel strong and forceful? Tuning into that breath, the temperature, the color that comes to mind, the quality of the breath. And now I'm going to invite you to engage in Jaladharbrand, the throat lock. And now we're going to inhale using Sitali or Sitgari breath. So if you're one of my regular students, you will know that Sitali breath is a breath through the curled tongue. You create a funnel with the tongue and you inhale the cool air along the length of your tunnel. And when you have the breath in, close your mouth and then take the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth and then exhale through your nose. That's Sitali. If the curling of the tongue does not come naturally to you, then we opt for Sitgari, which is gently closed teeth, bringing the tongue to the back of the teeth, and then as you inhale, hissing the air through the gaps in the teeth. And again, when the breath is in, closing the mouth and exhaling through your nose. But as we do this breath, either Sitali or Sitgari, yogi's choice. Take a breath in, then bring that chin to your throat and take a moment there. And then let's release the breath. As you inhale Sitgari or Sitali, begin to lift your chin and take your gaze up towards the sky. And then the fullness of the in-breath is as you gaze up at the sky. Now, as you exhale through your nose, bring your head back down. Towards your, so that the bottom of the breath, chin on throat, inhale through your mouth, Sitali or Sitgari. Lift your gaze on the in-breath. Then when you reach the top of the in-breath, exhaling through your nose and bringing your chin back down towards your throat as you exhale, reaching your throat at the bottom of your breath. So Jalandhar, throat lock. Inhale through curled tongue or through your teeth. Lifting your gaze as you do. Cover your breath, closing your mouth, exhaling through your nose and returning your chin back on the out breath. So this takes a little bit of pranayama by bringing in this Jalandhar band. So go with the flow. It's going to feel challenging whenever we do anything for the first time. And especially when we're coordinating our breath with movement, we are thinking very hard as we do that. Let's have one more here, wherever you are. So chin to your throat, inhaling to lift your gaze as you breathe in through your mouth. Pausing at the top, closing your mouth, exhale. And then let's release our mudra. Let's release our Jalandhar band and bring our hands together in Anjali at the heart space. Open our practice by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale fully. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Hands to your eyebrow center. Namaste. Welcome. So a new way of breathing, introducing a new pranayama. Let's practice that pranayama over the next few weeks. Let's bring your fingertips down towards the earth. Take a moment here. Now, your left leg is folded in towards you first, and then the right leg is on the outside. Let's plant those fingertips. Cup your hands so you have lots of space underneath your palm. So we're creating space for the cooling air to move around us. Take a moment here. Inhaling, reach overhead. Bring your palms, your wrists, and your thumb and ring finger together in Padma, lotus. As you exhale, palms come together down towards your heart, Anjali. Hands reach out towards the earth. Inhale, draw your arms up. Bring your hands in lotus, Padma Mudra, so that your palms are open like a flower blossoming. Exhaling, palms together in Anjali to the heart. Hands to the earth. Connect with the earth. So that's the root of the lotus. And then inhale to flower up. Your Padma. Exhale, hands to your heart. Completion of this cycle. Let's bring your hands to the earth in front of you now. So again, fingertips on the earth. Let's walk your hands as far away from you as you can. And this will bring you into a forward fold. So keep your hands cupped here. And then connect through your sit bones. And then lower as close to the earth as you can reach. So grounding here, but still creating space underneath our arms, our palms. Now let's walk our hands all the way over to the left. Keep those fingertips connected with the earth. So now that you experience a lateral stretch on the right side, leaving your left fingertips where they are. Inhale, reach up and over with your right arm so that you come into this lateral stretch over to the left. And again, you can bring your Pitta pacifying mudra here. So from the earth, rising up with your right arm, staying with your left fingertips connected with the earth. If you wish to lower your left forearm to the earth, do that. See how that feels. You may lift a little too high in your knees and sit bones. And then let's bring the right hand back down to the earth. Walk your hands around over to the right so that you're folding forward over to the right side now. Fingertips connected, palms lifted. leaving the right fingertips where they are. Let's lift the left arm up and over so that we come into a lateral stretch over to the left side. And again, you can bring your forearm to the earth if you so wish. You can stay up on your foot right here. So let's connect with this cooling, calming energy for the season of summer. One more breath here. Then let's walk our hands back onto the earth, all the way round to the front. Take a moment here. Inhale, lift your fingertips up to the sky, parallel, and then bring your hands in your lotus. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a moment here. Now let's come directly onto our palms into Charles Hurl's Balasana, eyebrow center on the earth. Now we're going to go with a flow, and those of us who do the Pitta pacifying practice will recognize this flow. It's flowing from child's pose. Inhale into table. Lift your tailbone, drop your abdomen, shine your heart, lift your gaze. Madhyasana. Exhaling cow. Vityasana, round through your shoulders, draw your navel in towards your spine. Bring your chin to your throat in Jalandhar Bandh. Exhale, come back to neutral spine. Come onto your forearms here. Melting heart, walk your hands far away from you as you can. Keep your arms lifted. You don't have to bring your heart space or eyebrow center all the way to the earth. You can stay lifted here. Melting heart pose. Exhaling, drop your forearms, thread your crown through, bring your abdomen to the earth. Sphinx. Take a moment here. And then let's drop your eyebrow center to the earth. Hands come back nearer to your shoulders. Inhale to rise into cobra. Push through your hands into table, back to child's pose. So quite a few stages in this flow. Child's pose, cat, cow, melting heart, sphinx, cobra, back through table into child's pose. So it's like a cycle. We're creating a circular movement, a flow. So here, let's visualize water flowing, keeping us cool. Child's pose. Inhale, table. Rising into this cat, lifting your gaze, rounding through into cow. Exhaling into melting heart. Inhaling, sphinx. Exhale to lower. Hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale to rise in cobra. Push through your hands, through table into child's pose. Now let's see if we can flow that a little bit more smoothly without child's pose. Inhale, table. Take a moment and then lift your tailbone, shine your heart. Exhale to round, tuck your throat. Inhale, neutral spine, coming into melting heart, Anahatasana, through sphinx. Exhale, eyebrow center to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back through table into child's pose. Take a breath here. And then let's inhale. Come back into table. Bring your left hand to the middle. Reach up with your right fingertips. Again, you can bring your hand into your mudra. Exhale, thread the needle here. Bring the right arm underneath your body. Right ear and shoulder to the mat. Left hand walks forward. Cup your fingers. You can stay on your right ear and shoulder, or you can turn your head and bring your eyebrow center to the earth. So you're still maintaining this twist, but you've come off your right ear onto your eyebrow center. One breath here. Inhaling. Turn your ear back onto the earth. And then let's lift the right fingertips to the sky. Bring your right hand to the earth. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Exhale, thread your left arm behind your right. Left ear and shoulder to the mat. Walk your right hand forward. Cup your palms so that your fingertips are connected with the earth. Option to turn your head and bring your eyebrows to the earth. Take a moment. And then let's walk our right hand back towards our body. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Exhale, hands to earth. Take your hands and place them underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your tailbone into mountain. Parvatasana. Pedal your feet. Sway your hips here. And then coming to stillness just for a moment. And then let's walk your hands back to a forward fold. Allow your crown to hang heavy, arms and shoulders to be relaxed. And I invite you to take hold of opposite elbows and gently sway your upper body from left to right. Allow gravity to draw you down towards the earth. And then releasing your hands. Inhaling, begin to unfurl your spine one vertebrae at a time to rise up to standing mountain Tadasana. So you're at the back of your mat here today. Inhale, hands to sky. In Padma Lotus, so bringing the wrists, the bottom of your hands, your little finger and thumb together above your crown. Exhale, hands come together in prayer all the way down towards the earth. Fingertips rest on the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Your fingertips on your shin, on your thighs or on the earth. Create space, cup your palms. We're releasing the heat. We're reducing the excessive heat that we produce in order to harmonize with the environment, balance the heat of the environment. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unfold your spine one vertebrae at a time. As you do this, sweep your arms up overhead into Padma Lotus. Exhale, hands out. One more time. Inhale, let's sweep our arms overhead into Lotus, Padma Mudra. Exhale, palms come together. Anjali or Namaskar, down towards the earth. Fingertips rest on the earth or on your legs. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unfurl your spine one vertebrae at a time. Take your arms out to the sides and reach overhead in Padma, Lotus. Exhale, hands to your heart. Moving slowly here. Now adding on. Inhale, your crown. Exhale, prayer hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Take a moment here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, unfurl your spine one vertebrae at a time. Reach overhead for your lotus. Exhale, palms to your heart. Now let's quarter turn to face the side of the mat. Hands together here. Inhale to reach overhead. Take hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. Swap hands, take hold of your right wrist. I'm bringing my right hand into my Pitta pacifying mudra. So I'm taking my thumb between my ring and little finger. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Bring your hands to exhale, step across your mat. Coming into wide-legged stance here in Namaskar at the heart. Exhaling, hinge forward. Crown is reaching forward, tailbone is reaching back. Hands in prayer at the heart. Now let's release your fingertips. They can either come to rest on your legs, rest on the earth, or if you have blocks, on your blocks or your stool. So again, I invite you to rest on your fingertips rather than bring the palms to connect with the earth, so that we're creating a little bit of space for the air to flow. Crown reaching forward. Here. Exhale, release your crown towards the earth. Wherever we are, we're going to walk our hands, both hands over to the left foot or the left leg. Inhale, walk your hands over to the right leg or the right foot. Back to center. Lift halfway. Bend into your knees, turn your toes out. Open your arms out, reach overhead in Padma. So crouch down here, variation of Devyasana. Hands in Padma at the crown. One full breath here. Exhale, hands in Namaskar to your heart. Straighten through your legs. Turn the right toes to the top of your mat. Bend into your right knee. Coming into Warrior One. So turn your spiral, your heart. Open your hands to the sky in lotus. So this is going to feel quite intense. So if that feels too intense, you can always bring your hands to your heart in lotus. So the lotus at the heart or at the crown. Yogi's choice. Variation of Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, open your arms. Right hand reaching forward, left hand reaching back. You can bring your hands into your Pitta pacifying mudra. So palms can be face up, face down. See how that feels. So face up might feel more releasing, more calming, more cooling. One breath here. Straighten through your right leg. Let's reach forward with the right arm as far as it can go and then drop the right hand to the inside of the right leg. Left can come to the left hip or reach overhead. Yogi's choice. So check your stance here. And if you want to bring a block so that you can rest your hand on your block, rest your hand on your blocks or your footstool. Your hands can be in your mudra, so that left hand reaching up can be in your Pitta pacifying mudra. Could be resting on your hips. This resting on your hips creates space between the palm and your skin, your flesh. You can be gazing down to the earth or spiral your heart to look up towards the sky. One more breath here in Trikonasana. Bend into your right knee. Bring the left hand to the earth. Take the right hand to the outside of your right foot. Pivot on the ball of your left foot. Low lunge here. Drop your left knee. Take a moment here, and then hands can come to your heart in lotus, or they can reach above your crown in lotus. Yogi's choice. So find accessibility in this pose. One breath here. And remember, you can introduce your Sitali or Sitkari breath to call you at any point. One breath here. Exhale, hands to the earth. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot and walk your right foot out towards the edge of your mat. Turn your toes away in the same direction as your knee. You can bring your forearms to the earth here, or you can stay on your hands. You can bring your forearms onto a bolster or your stool. Dragon pose just for a moment. Now we're going to do this thing where we spiral. So let's turn the right foot, lift the left knee off the earth. So lifting the left knee off the earth. Let's turn the right toes. Come onto the sole of your left foot. You can bend deeply into your right knee and come onto the ball of your right foot, or you can hover here and keep your fingertips on the earth. So you can be as high or as low as you wish here. So you could have your fingertips on the earth, have the ball of your right foot on the earth, and be almost connected with your right heel and your right sit bone. Left foot is connected with the earth. Or you can be hovering here. Yogi's choice. One more breath here. Now let's walk our body all the way across our mat. Bend into the left knee and come into Skandasana over on the left side. So again, you can come on the ball of your left foot. And your left sit bone is connected with the left heel. Your right ear with the left foot firmly planted on the earth, bending deeply into that left knee. That right leg is extended, Yogi's choice. Let's spiral our body over towards the back of the mat and come onto the ball of our right foot. Drop your knee, dragon pose on this side. So now your left foot is reaching to the outer edge of your mat. Toes and knee pointed in the same direction. Your hands can be connected with the earth. Your fingertips can be connected with the earth. You can bring your forearms to the earth. Any variation of dragon that yogis wish. We're not here for long. I invite you to bring your Sitali or Sitkari breath here. Cooling breath. And your practice so that you lift your gaze, the top of the in-breath, exhaling through your nose, bring your chin back towards your throat. Let's take the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Take a moment here. Tuck your toes, lift your right knee. Low lunge here. Drop the right heel. Straighten through your left leg. Draw your right hand or arm across the left arm. Reach up with your right arm to the sky or bring it to the right hip. Left fingertips stay connected with the earth or with a block. Trikonasana on the left side. Gaze can be down towards the earth or up towards the sky. Your right hand can be in the Pitta pacifying mudra with thumb between ring and little finger. Fire between earth and water. Three breaths here. Let's bend into that left knee. Rise up into warrior two. So energy is going out through the outer edge of your right leg. Bend deeply into your left knee. arms out, palms pacifying mudra, or you can have them face down. See what happens to your shoulders. Which one feels cooling or heating? For me, the palms face up feels more cooling. One more breath here. Let's go into warrior one. So bring your arms in, spiral your heart over towards your left knee, hands in lotus at the heart or above the crown. Yogi's choice. You might want to widen your stance or narrow your stance. Remember, you don't have to stay where you are if it doesn't feel comfortable. If you need to create more space in which to turn, adjust your feet. One more breath here. And then let's straighten through the left leg. Turn the toes. Turn your whole body to face the long length of your mat. Bend deeply into your knees. Your lotus still at your heart or at your crown. One more breath here. And straighten through. Bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, hinge forward. Now let's turn the toes so they point forward. The outer edges of your feet are aligned with the short edges of your mat. Halfway lift here. Hands at your crown, at your heart in Anjali or Namaskar. I invite you now to bring your fingertips down towards the earth or your blocks, or you can have them resting on your legs. Tailbone reaching back, crown reaching forward. Exhale, fold. Let's walk our hands over to the right foot or right leg. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the left leg or left foot. Inhale to center. Let's bring your hands back to your heart. Bend into your knees as you rise up. And now we're going to step over to the right side of our mat. So big step over to the right, maybe 2 steps. Coming into your Tadasana. Reach overhead. Take hold of your left wrist, bringing your left hand into your mudra. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Take hold of your right wrist. Bring your right hand into your Pitta pacifying mudra. Exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, lotus at the crown. And then as you bring that lotus to your heart in prayer, one breath here, coming back to where we were, mirroring this. Take a moment here. We to move from our lunar flow into tree pose, Vrikshasana. We're going to add on here. So this is where you might want your belt or belt equivalent. So it could be a long scarf or a shawl or a dog lead, whatever you have available. Mention dog lead. Shh, dogs might get excited. Come into the middle of your mat. Lift your toes. Place them on the earth by one. So really connect with the earth. Bend into your knees. Lift from the core, coming into your Tadasana. Shift the weight into your left leg and peel the right foot off the earth. Right ankle, right heel to the left ankle, the shin, or to your thigh, yogi's choice, wherever you are. Take a moment here. So we have our Pitta pacifying mudra. Now you can stay with your hands at your heart in lotus, or you can reach overhead with lotus. Extend your arms, or have a bend in your elbows, yogi's choice. Have this lotus wherever you feel drawn to holding it. Or you can always have your hands on your. One more breath here. Oops, slippery legs. So having non-slippery legs is a real asset in yoga. One more breath here. Hands to your heart. Keeping your knee lifted, let's bring the knee round to the front so that your right thigh is parallel to the earth. Option to reach for your right big toes and extend your leg forward. Alternatively, if you have your belt, then this is where you can use your belt. Place the belt just underneath the ball of the foot. You can hold your belt instead. So yogi's choice. If you don't have a belt available, take hold of your right knee with your right hand. So you might want to be holding it here. So you'll be in different places, depending on how your arms and legs are proportioned, how your upper body is proportioned to the rest of you. So some of us have longer arms, longer legs. Some of us have a bit more stretch in our hamstrings. Wherever you are, balancing here. One more breath. And then let's release that foot down to the earth, slowly and gradually. So this is one of those poses, Hasta Padangusthasana, hand to toe, hand to big toe pose. That is one thing that you can probably practice a little bit more on. One of those challenging poses that we don't do very often because it's a balance and an extension. And there's a lot going on. So you require core strength here. You require some flexibility in your hamstrings, a little bit of stretch in your hamstrings. And we're all in different places when it comes to that. Let's reroute through our feet. Let's do tree pose on the right side. Peel your left foot to the earth and then come into your variation of tree. So that ankle, shin, or thigh, wherever you are. And then your hands in Padma Mudra, blossoming flower, petals open at your heart, your crown, or up towards the sky. Remember that left foot can be in one of three places. One more breath here, wherever you are. And then releasing your hands down towards your heart. And then with care, release your foot and bring your knee out towards the front. So now that your right thigh is parallel to the earth. And again, you have an option of reaching for holding your left knee. Your right hand can be on your hip for balance, be at your heart. You have the option of reaching for your big toe with your peace fingers and extending your leg. And you might have a bend in the knee like mine. So I have short hamstrings, or your leg might be beautifully extended because you have glorious limbs. We're all in different places. And again, you can use your belt. So if you wobble like I do, come back, reground, reconnect with that right foot into the earth. Find something on the horizon that's not going to move. And then focus on extending your leg. This is one of my least favorite poses. So I avoid it as much as I can. One more breath wherever you are. And then releasing your foot to the earth. Coming back into your inhale, reach overhead, lotus. Exhale, prayer hands down towards the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips can be on the earth or on your shins. Exhale, bend your knees, and then let's come onto other balls of our feet. Curling up here. Take a moment here to see how you feel. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can come and sit on the earth directly or sit on some blocks. The ball of your feet, hands at the heart in Padma. If you wish, you can challenge your balance by lifting your hands above your crown. Take a moment wherever you are. And then exhaling down towards the earth, coming with care, with wobble. You know why I'm wobbly? Because all of you know that my Vata is strong. The winds have been strong, so I'm very wobbly at the moment. Coming onto the earth. Let's come onto our sit bones here. And now, yogis, we're going to do a supported bridge. So if you have a cushion available, reach for a cushion off your sofa or a pillow off your bed. This is the advantage of being at home. And have that ready. I'm going to have my block handy. Let's come down towards the earth for Setu Bandhasan, but with support. Because remember, we're trying to reduce the heat, not create heat. Let's bring your heels in towards your feet, your fingers. And then inhaling, begin to curl your tailbone so that your pelvic bowl tilts. And then peel your lower back off the earth. And then place your block or cushion at your sacrum so that your tailbone is in the middle, just properly supported here. So you might have, if you have a bolster, you could use your bolster even here. So here we are in supported Setu Bandhasan. Have your palms faced up, fingers gently curled. I can feel heat rising from the palms of my hand. I'm releasing the heat. So any heat that we have internally, this is a practice for releasing that heat. I invite you to close your eyes so that you can have this shadow, this veil come down, closing off the bright light. You can have a folded blanket underneath your sacrum. So here at the sacrum, we know this is where our Swadhisthana chakra is. Swadhisthana is the chakra which is connected to the element of water, Jal. So this pose, this asana, helps to activate the element of water. One more breath here. Now, yogis, we're going to lift our legs to the sky in Vipariti Karani. So if you have two options here, if you are near a wall, you always have the option of lifting yourself off your cushion, pillow, bolster, whatever it is, or, and then going up close to the wall, or you can stay on your cushion, bolster and pillow and bring your knees in towards you and then extend your legs up towards the sky. Now I'm on a brick and it's a little bit hard, so not the most comfortable, but I'm still enjoying the sensation. So just allow your legs to hang out here. Your feet are soft, your toes are soft. Play around with the angle that feels most sustainable. And if you're very fortunate to be near a wall, and sidle up to the wall, and then swing your legs around and use your hand to push yourself away from the wall so that your upper body is at a 90-degree angle to the wall, and then your feet, the heels. So you get your sit bones as close to the wall as possible. And I invite you to connect with your cooling breath, Sitali or Sitali. So take 3 breaths here. Sitali is through curled tongue. And out through your nose. Sitkari is through gently closed teeth, making a hissing sound as you inhale. Out through your nose. Take 3 of these breaths. You could stay here if you that signal to your body that you're about to transition from this very relaxing pose. So wherever you are, bring your knees in towards you. And if you're on your cushion or pillow, then lower your feet down towards the earth. Inhale to lift your lower back, your hips and pelvis, and remove your pillow, cushion or block. If you're on the wall, hug your knees in, and then as elegantly as you can, roll over onto the side so that you can move away from the wall. We're going to spinal twist here, supine twist. Supta Matsyendrasana. So inhaling, hug your knees in towards you. Both of them, little hug. And then let's extend your left leg long. Taking your left hand to the outside of your right knee. As you exhale, roll over onto your left hip and bring the right leg down towards the earth. You can turn your gaze towards the right. Your right palm is gently open, fingers are softly curled. Left hand is resting on your right knee. I'm going to read to you a poem by Paul Lawrence Dunbar, who was an African American, the son of slaves, and he wrote this poem in the 1890s. Summer has clothed the earth from the loom of the sun, and the mantle too, soft blue, and a wind, and the touch of the air, soft hands, with the rest from strife and the heat of life, with the freedom of lakes and lands. Take a breath in here. And let's bring the right knee back toward and to hug it in, hugging it in. Bring your left knee to your heart, hug that in. Extend your right leg long. Taking your right hand to the outside of your left knee, let's roll the knee across our body, coming onto a supine twist. Supta Matsyendrasana. Turn your gaze perhaps towards the left. Your left hand is curled. Oh, poor were the worth of the world, if never a song were heard, if the sting had no relief, and never a heart was stirred. So long as the streams run down, as long as the robins trill, let us taunt old care with a merry air, and sing in the face of ill. Oh summer, oh summer, oh summer. Three more breaths here in your supine twist. Inhaling. Bring the knee back to the center, hug in the left knee, and then draw in the right knee, hug both. And gently roll on your lower back. You have the option of going into Shavasana or coming to a comfortable seat by rolling over onto the left side, and then with helping hands coming up into Sukhasana. And when you're in Sukhasana, let's bring the right leg closest to the body today, to now. Palms face up, thumb between the ring and little finger on the webbed part. Closing our practice. Inhale fully. Exhale completely through open mouth. Tan man shanta. Tan man shanta. Tan man shanta. My mind and body are calm and peaceful. Tan man shanta. My mind and body are calm and peaceful. Tan man shanta. Tan man shanta. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Let's close our practice by chanting Om Shanti 3 times. Inhale fully. Exhale completely through open mouth. Inhale to prepare. Om Shanti, Shanti.